That's how they're going to end the season. Really? Like that? Okay, I just watched episode 8, the last episode of Alien Earth, and I want to talk about it, so there will be spoilers. Well, over the course of this 8-week episodic Alien journey, a lot of our expectations were shattered. Showrunner Noah Hawley had a nearly impossible task of bringing the beloved Alien franchise into an episodic television format, and I think he did a pretty solid job and brought some really new and interesting ideas to the table. For me, the show didn't start off on the right foot. It was very confusing to figure out what the tone was. There were a lot of characters to keep track of, and there was so much exposition dumping, you felt like you almost had to take notes just to remember it all. Personally, I really struggled getting through those first 4 episodes of this show, and as a die-hard Alien fan, I kind of felt betrayed a little bit. In a lot of ways, I felt like the show had strayed way too far from the source material, and its horror elements were just watered down and diluted way too much. And I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of a deal breaker for me. But then episodes 5, 6, and 7 came along. Banger after banger after banger. Episode 5 took us right back to those alien roots. On the spaceship, alone in a ship with a killer alien, my heart was whole again. In hindsight, why didn't they start the show with this episode? It is a flashback episode, so it would have made perfect sense, and it was by far the best episode of the entire season. Up until episode 5, the Xenomorph was just not scary. It lost all of its aura. They had somehow successfully nerfed the greatest alien creature in all of cinematic history. But all of the wrongs against the Xenomorph were righted in episodes 5, 6, and 7. It was terrifying, it was brutal, it was vicious, it was the stuff nightmares were made of. And I was happy again. The story was getting good, the characters were developing nicely. I even loved the new alien species they introduced in the show. They were so creepy, so nasty, I couldn't get enough of it. My hype meter was turned all the way up to 11. And then the finale came along, and I was like, huh? I've never seen storylines wrapped up so quickly. I think I got whiplash. It's almost like the writers ran out of story before they ran out of episodes. But then again, I realize in television, not every episode is perfect. It's just really unfortunate that that episode happens to be the finale of this season. But overall, big picture episodes 1 through 8, I had a really good time with this show. There were moments that I was very disappointed, but there were some spectacularly unforgettable moments. I am very anxious to see how this will pick up if it gets a season 2 and how things play out in that season. There is a lot of potential here, you guys. Did you watch the finale? What did you think of the show in general? Let me know in the comments.